It's 11 o'clock at night, you're sitting on your kitchen floor, maybe it's a breakup, maybe you just got the worst phone call of your life, maybe you don't even know why you're crying, you just are. And then, without a single word, without you calling their name, your dog walks in, sits down right next to you, and leans their whole body into yours, like they've been waiting for exactly this moment. And you think to yourself, how did they know? Here's the thing most people get completely wrong. They think that's just their dog being sweet. A cute little habit, a happy accident, but it's not an accident at all. What your dog just did, science is calling it one of the most sophisticated emotional responses in the entire animal kingdom. They didn't stumble into that room. They came for you, on purpose. This is what researchers are now calling the grief code. And once you understand it, you will never look at your pup the same way again. Here's where it starts. Dogs have been living with humans for over 15,000 years. That's 15,000 years of reading our faces, our voices, our breathing patterns, our body language. While we were busy teaching them to sit and stay, they were quietly studying us, memorizing every little signal our bodies send out when something is wrong. And according to neuroimaging research out of Emory University, when a dog smells their owner, the reward center of their brain lights up more than it does for almost anything else. More than food, more than other dogs. You are your dog's whole world, and their brain is wired to track every change in that world. But here's the part that's going to break your heart a little. A landmark study published in the Animal Cognition Journal found that dogs don't just notice when you're upset. They actually cross the room to get to you faster when you're crying versus when you're humming or talking normally. They aren't trained to do this. Nobody taught them. They just go. Because somewhere deep in that fur baby brain, your pain registers as something that needs to be answered. Dr. Stanley Coren, one of the most respected names in dog psychology, has spent decades studying canine emotional intelligence. And what he keeps coming back to is this: dogs read human emotional cues with a level of accuracy that rivals human toddlers. They're watching your eyes. They're reading the tension in your shoulders. They're catching the exact shift in your breathing the moment something in you breaks. Most pet parents think their dog just wants scritches and zoomies all day. And yeah, okay, they absolutely do. But they're also running a quiet, constant scan on your emotional state every single moment they're with you. Now here's what most owners get totally wrong. When your dog leans on you, or rests their head on your leg, or follows you from room to room on a bad day, a lot of people push them away. They think, oh, they just want attention. No, stop right there. Because that behavior, that's your dog saying, in the only language they have, I feel it too. I'm not leaving you alone with this. That's not neediness. That's loyalty at its most raw and real. And here's the final thing, the part that quietly gets me every single time. Your dog doesn't care what you look like when you cry. They don't care if you're a mess. They don't need you to explain yourself. They don't need context. They just show up every single time. Because to them, you are worth showing up for, no matter what. So here's what I want you to think about tonight. The next time your pup crawls into your lap on a hard day, don't brush it off. Don't call it a coincidence. Look them in the eyes and recognize what's actually happening. You have an animal beside you who has evolved across thousands of years, specifically to find you when you fall apart. That's not just a dog, that's a gift. Now tell me, has your dog ever shown up for you in a moment when you really needed it? Drop it in the comments, because I have a feeling some of those stories are going to remind all of us just how extraordinary these animals really are.